Yo, what's good, guys? It's trying something new. Little manga log, reading log for May. Not sure if I'm gonna be doing these monthlies or bi-monthlies, because monthly is a whole ordeal. It's a lot of manga, so let's cut right into it. Alright, so first off, I read 14 volumes of One Punch Man. I read these in a single sitting. I had a tattoo appointment that lasted a good amount of hours, as it was a pretty big leg piece I had done. So I was just zooming through this, really enjoying the art, loving the story, even though it was mainly stuff that I'd already experienced through the anime. But damn, man, I love One Punch Man, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not starting it sooner. But now I'm also kind of sad because I'm like more than halfway done, and then I'll be caught up. But yeah, I read the first 14 volumes of One Punch Man, and I gotta say, it's peak fiction right here. Fucking goofy ass Saitama in the background, and Murata has some absolutely gorgeous art. Like, nobody can claim otherwise. But yeah, 14 volumes of One Punch Man in one sitting. It was definitely worth the time, and it definitely saved me from going insane. Instead of just sitting there for hours and hours while getting tattooed, it was nice having access to the digital manga. So can't recommend One Punch Man enough. It's amazing. Next up is something more on the nasty side. I read a couple of days ago, Please Put Them On Takaminesan. If you read volume 1 and 2 and you enjoyed that, this is going to be a lot more within that realm. The story is kind of slow, and it's a rom-com with some very nice art. I think. Oh yeah, we eating good. If you open this up, this video will be taken down and put on Pornhub. But yeah, Takaminesan, great little beginner Nasty Man series for sure. Then I got back into One Piece. I read these two omnibuses. It was the end of Alabasta, I believe. I think it ended in this one. Oh well, Baroque works, I guess. So yeah, finally done with that arc. I don't know. I'm enjoying One Piece, but I'm definitely not super captivated yet. But I'm gonna be reading it all. I am enjoying my time, but it's definitely not the best thing I've ever read. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes. But yeah, I'm gonna be continue reading this, and I know a lot of people give me hate for liking the omnibuses, but I'm simply not invested enough to go out and invest in the singles or fight with all the other people for those box sets. And I don't know, these omnibuses have really grown on me. I actually really enjoy how they look on the shelf. I don't know, call me weird, but what can I say? I have all the omnibuses too, so I'm actually, I think, a couple volumes ahead in terms of physically what's out in compared to the people who collect it through box sets. So yeah, next up is another omnibus, which is another. I wanted to read the series Seven Deadly Sins, but I did not want to support Kodansha with buying the singles or the box sets, so this was definitely the way to go for me. Plus, they are a larger trim size, so these don't feel as chunky as the what do they call, Shaman King omnibuses. The Shaman King omnibus is the standard single size, which makes them feel so much brickier. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this. I found the anime decent. The animation really ruined it for me and a lot of people, but reading it is actually pretty good. It's not the best, but it reminds me of Fairy Tail, and I'm a Fairy Tail stan because I grew up with it, and it's one of my like personal favorite series. So what can I say? It's in that like absurd fantasy realm where not a lot makes sense, and it's all about like the characters and the humor. So, and you know, there's still a story with some deep points, but it's nothing like too extraordinary. Next up is Orient Volume 8. I don't know, man. I'm just picking these up to support the mangaka at this point, because Jesus Christ, man, this is not good. It's so mid. Like, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. It's gotten a lot better than the first couple volumes, and I don't know. And they're ugly on the shelves with this red spine, like, and then with, you know, Kodansha having all the things like shift up and down from volume to volume. So yeah, not much to say, honestly. The art is great and the characters have potential, but it really needs to be fleshed out more. Like, this pales in comparison to Magi, and it's only selling because of this line down here from the creator of Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. I'm surprised they even are allowed to use that, because I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted, but they probably know what they're doing, but who knows. Next up, we have Fist of the North Star. It's a classic. I enjoyed this volume, but it's kind of getting old for me. I know, and I'm reading it because I want to read it, because it's a classic, and I want to know, like, I want to see how this inspired a lot of shonen going forward. But I don't know, it's just a bunch of brawny dudes fighting it with weird fighting styles. So if that's up your alley, then you go, man. But I am not a super fan of this, but I'm still going to be picking them up because this release is absolutely beautiful. Like, they're very nicely done. And I mean, it's the first time it's going to be completely available in English, I believe. So, I mean, if anything, it's going to be a collector's piece and can resell it in the future if I don't really want to have it in my collection. Next up is one of my favorite rom-coms, ongoing rom-coms, Kamisama Love is War. It's coming to an end soon, and this volume made me just go ahead and catch up, so I caught up with all the scans, and now it's available on the Viz app, I believe. So I think it just got, like, made available not too long ago. But yeah, go ahead and read this. This is absolutely fantastic, and it has progress, it has great story beats, it has fantastic humor. I mean, what's there to hate about Kaguya-sama? Also, watch the OVA, trust me. Next up, Kageguri? I sorry if I'm butchering that name. Let's see, what did I put down for this? Yeah, I put down it's getting old. I'm picking this up because a friend gifted me the first volume, and I hate not completing stuff. I'm not going to be picking up Twin, not interested. It's fine, the art is fantastic in this, but it's nothing spectacular. And it's not really about the games anymore. It's more about, like, the whole thrill that tags along with the game. And it's just the same over and over and over again in every volume. Like, there's a crazy game, maybe last 2 volumes, maybe last 1. Main character wins. Everybody is mad at her, and there's a big like battle royale thing going on, and I don't know, it's pretty girls doing weird shit. Next up, Alice in Borderland, another larger volume, a signature volume. This was fine. I mean, it was fine. I didn't like the art. The art is not all there to me, but it grew on me. But in the beginning, I was kind of thrown off. But I mean, I'll be looking forward to seeing where this goes. But it didn't wow me. Let's just put it like that. And another signature volume that just didn't really do it for me. This was Ragnarok Volume 2, Record of Ragnarok Volume 2, and it was definitely better than Volume 1. But this is a series that I'll only be collecting because the art is fantastic and, like, the fights are amazing. But other than that, it's just not. I mean, the story is kind of irrelevant. It's just about the art and the fights, really, which is fine. I mean, you need some of that in your collection, in my opinion. So if this is gonna fill up that niche for me, then that's perfect. But yeah, it's definitely not gonna be like being one of my favorites anytime soon, at least. So, but I mean, there's still time for it to prove me wrong. Next one, however, is one of my like favorite ongoing series, Asadora, Naoki Urasawa. I am very happy to be able to be picking these, to be reading these as they come out. And man, I love Naoki Urasawa, and I can't wait to own most of the things he has out in English. I have some of the main works like 20th Century Boys and Monsters. So I mean, what can you do? I read this and I flew through it in like 20 minutes, and I'm like, when's the next one out? When's the next one out? But yeah, this one definitely had some interesting developments, and I mean, what can I say? Asadora is just, it's a great story. If you like Naoki Urasawa, if you like 20th Century Boys, definitely give Asadora a read. It's very good. Next up was one Chainsaw Man 10. I'm not the biggest fan of Chainsaw Man. It's good, but I'm definitely not as hooked on it as everybody else. But what can I say? It's not. Sometimes it's not for like. I'm stumbling over my words. I'm very sorry. Everything is not meant to be for everyone, is what I'm trying to say. And this is just not really like peak to me. But yeah, I'm not gonna like shit on it or anything, because I can see why some people would enjoy it, and there's also some recency bias in there. But I mean, I'm excited for the anime. I think it's gonna be a really good anime. Maybe I'll grow more attached to it when the anime comes out, but who knows. I enjoyed Volume 10. I am excited to see where it goes in Volume 11 and in Part 2. So yeah. Next up is Jujutsu Kaisen. Here's the thing with Jujutsu Kaisen. I like it, but the fan base is getting on my nerves. Like, they're acting like this is the best thing that's ever been printed. And you know what? The story is good, decent. It's not as good as people claim it to be, but whatever. But the art is just yuck, man. I am not a fan of this like sketchy art. I mean, it can look good sometimes, but it's just not like look at this. What is this? You find this is in like a second grade math book. Like, what is that? But you know, it is what it is. It's a unique art style, I'll say, but the art is really dragging this down for me, and also the fandom. But I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the Shibuya arc, but I'm definitely not enjoying it as much as some people who are hyping it up way beyond what it's worth. But again, maybe this is just me growing out of this whole like shonen era. Like, I'm not liking a lot of the stuff going on in Shonen Jump right now. It's not my tastes. So it might just be me getting too old for some of this stuff. But it's still really cool, and some of the fights are really cool. And I gotta say, the anime is peak. Like, the animation and all that, fantastic. Maybe I'll just be enjoying the story more through the anime with this one. Just because I really don't like Gege. Is that how you say it? Gege? I'm not sure, actually. But I don't like this mangaka's art. That's just a fact, and there's nothing I can do about that. But it's not bad enough to make me not read this. I'm reading them as they come out, so oh well. Next up, one of my favorite ongoing right now, Akaiju number 8. This is giving me mad Blue Exorcist vibes with the humor. And the main character is basically Rin, just grown up. So I read a little bit ahead on the scans. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This is gonna be one of my top favorite, probably, if they handle it correct and they don't just end it randomly. But this is really good. Next up is the final volume of a feel-good series that I've been following along since it came out. Days on Fez, Volume 5. This gave a good backstory for one of the characters in the series, and it gave us insight to all the characters' future, and it was a really nice way to end up the series. And gotta say, I do enjoy my slice of life series. Like, this is basically what's the name? Laid back camp, but with festivals instead of camping. But this has a lot of great elements, and it's just gonna make you feel real cozy and warm inside when you're reading it. And it's only 5 volumes, and it's a nice short read that's gonna put a smile on your face. So if you're in the market for a nice slice of life, you could go ahead and pick this up. You will definitely, if you like laid back camp or something like Slow Loop or anything in that realm, this will be right up your alley. Next up is a read we did for Chase the Dark Sage. Shout out to the boy Chase, the Dark Sage. We read the 5 volumes of Black Torch. It was a reread for me, but I mean, it's one of like the only short series that I really enjoy, like along with Days on Fest. And I'm so sad that it got cancelled, because I don't know, it was amazing. I really enjoyed this. Like, this is right up my alley, and it's like a badass like main character with like a dope suit and like Mononoke powers, and it's right up my alley. Like this and Blue Exorcist and stuff like that, and Kaiju number 8. Like, I don't know, I have a thing for that, like Exorcist, like main character having a dark power inside that they harness to fight for like the good of humans and so on. I don't know, it's great, even though they might not actually be like super deep series or anything. They really do it for me though. So next up is one of the most disappointing reads I've ever done, and it was also for the Dark Sages book club. We read 23 volumes of Demon Slayer, and boy did I not like it. The anime is carrying this so hard. Like, holy crap, the art is horrendous. I really do not like the art. And let's not get into the story, because I could talk about that for hours. But let's just say there's a lot of people out there that really love this series, that got into the anime and manga through this series. And I'ma just say this is the like modern Sword Art Online, and it is not gonna age well, because Jesus Christ, the story is not all that. It has potential, but it needed like 20 more volumes to be good, and it needed time to actually go in depth with the different arcs, instead of just being like, new arc, new Hashira, demon defeated, move on. That's what they did. And then they ass-pulled a lot of things, because the mangaka wrote herself into a, I think it's a she. Let's just stay neutral. The mangaka wrote herself, I did it again. The mangaka wrote themselves into a corner, and simply had to like ass-pull random stuff, and there were bits and pieces of the story that never got any type of resolution. And there were a lot of pieces that were very interesting, but they were just never fully fleshed out. Like, the scope of the story is great, but 23 volumes just wasn't enough, and the things that were kept in were just not, they just didn't do it. And like, you never really grew to care about anyone other than Tanjiro, and even then Tanjiro is the main character, so eventually he's just gonna get out on the other side stronger, or with a new ability, or some sort of ass pull. So I don't know, man. And this manga really went all in with the death for the sake of character development, and it is just the cheapest way to do character development, to kill off characters that you've barely gotten to know, for shock factor and for character development. AKA, let's see this character die, main character cries and gets mad, gets BS power up, and then we move on, and then live, die, repeat. I don't know, man. I did not enjoy it. That's why it's back in the box. I'm gonna be going up there in the corner of shame, and I'm probably never gonna read it again. But yeah, if you're new to anime and manga, this is definitely a good way to start. But once you read your second manga, you're gonna realize how bad this is, and that's just a joke. I'm kidding. You know, you can like whatever you want. I really do not care, as long as it's not Boruto. Boruto fans are not welcome here. Go away, and don't question why I have 14 volumes of Boruto over there. It's only because I want to support the creators of Naruto. And that's a fact. But anyways, that's a lot of volumes, and I have another video to shoot. I have a haul coming up now, so have a good one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope there were maybe something you forgot. Maybe you got some recommendations, or you know, maybe you looked at something like maybe I wonder if this guy likes it, and then now you know. But yeah, have fun, guys. Go read some manga. See you in the next one.